I see many familiar faces. Many of you have been marching alongside us for the last 3 to 4 months. Some of you for the last 5 or 6 years. But I don't see enough familiar faces. Unfortunately, like I was saying in the beginning, there are some people who only come out for Palestine when it's a trending topic. But we've been waging this battle for over 70 years as Palestinian people. We've been resisting settler colonialism. We've been resisting genocide. We've been resisting ethnic cleansing by any means necessary. So our struggle, it's not new. Our struggle didn't start just a few months ago. And while some people may only just heard of it, we know that the true masses of the world, the oppressed people of the world, oppressed nations, have known about Palestine and have stood in solidarity with the Palestinian liberation struggle for decades. This is why we chant, globalize the Intifada. This is why we uplift the slogan of globalize the Intifada. Because support for Palestinian liberation, support for Palestinian Intifada has been and will always be global. And it is up to us to take the lessons we learned from Palestinians resisting and leading uprisings on the ground to bring this Intifada over here to New York City. And to globalize the Intifada all over the world. Bangladesh is one of many nations that has stood by the Palestinian struggle for decades. Back in the 80s, Bangladesh sent over 8,000 fighters to help the Palestinian resistance struggle. We see this support echoing until today as we stand here in Kensington, one of the largest Bengali communities in the US, which is also the largest, as Bengalis make up the largest and fastest growing immigrant population in New York City. We are standing here today because we have seen the unequivocal solidarity that the Bengali people have expressed with the Palestinian people over the past many decades, and even here in New York City, showing up from rally to rally. Seeing the Bengali flag waving, the Bangladeshi flag waving at every rally. Seeing people from our organization who've been committed to this struggle for years, who come from this community, we know that this solidarity and support goes both ways, which is why we are standing here today. Today is the first of many upcoming rallies that we are going to have to show Intifada really means, to show the unequivocal solidarity that the oppressed masses, the oppressed nations and people of the world have with one another. And how Palestine has always been a moral compass for people of the world, as well as a struggle that people have always supported. My name is Nadine Kiswani. I'm from Within Our Lifetime, and we are excited to be standing here with you, supporting Palestine from Bangladesh to Brooklyn to New York to all over the world. We are very honored to welcome our next speakers from Drum. Daisy's Rising Up and Moving. We have Saeed speaking on behalf of Drum here today. Drum is one of the first organizations who we look to as a model for organizing in the community. And we are so proud and so honored to have them standing with us today and standing with Palestine every day. Please give them a warm welcome.
Salam, brothers and sisters. My name is Saeed. I am the youth organizer at Drum, and I'm also an undocumented immigrant from Bangladesh. I have been living in the United States for the past 7 years, and over the past 7 years, I have been working with Drum to basically reduce policing in New York City schools, right? Now, a couple of years ago, something really shook me, which was not only, it's the colonization of Palestine, but also the fact that the strategies that are used on our Palestinian brothers and sisters by the Israeli police are then practiced and improvised and then shared with the NYPD to continue surveillance and criminalization of black and brown working class people all over New York City. And that's just another reason why we must continue to build solidarity and fight against oppressive forces all over the world. And another thing that I feel very important to bring to attention is we do not see this as a religious conflict. It's not between Muslims and Jews. We see it as a conflict against colonialism and displacement of people. And the last thing I want to say is we must continue to organize and fight against oppressive forces all over the world. And inshallah, within our lifetime, Palestine will be free.
Give it up to Drum.
এখানে মাইন্ড করেন আমার বাংলাদেশে একটু বাঙ্গা হয় চেষ্টা করেন আমার সাথে একসাথে বসতে এখানে আমি চেষ্টা করতেছি শুদ্ধ ভাষা বলতে বা আমরা 3 মাস ধরে এখানে ঈদের সময় আমরা সবাই দেখছিলাম ইসরায়েল কি করছে প্যালেস্টাইনকে, তাই না? ইনোসেন্ট পলাপায় মহিলাকে বাসা বিল্ডিং সব বম ফেলে কি করছে। আজকে আমরা এখন কি করতেছি, ইউনাইটেড নেশন বিলে মাত্র $30 million মাত্র দিবে, 2 বছর লাগবে গাজা থেকে সব ঠিক করতে, আইডিকে ঠিক করতে। 2 বছরের ভিতরে আবার ইসরায়েল আইসা আবার জ্ঞান করবে। এই যে আমরা এখন কথা বলতেছি, ইসরায়েলে এখনই সিলওয়ান বিভিন্ন জায়গায়, জেরুসালামে সব জায়গায় এখন ইসরায়েলের দ্বারা মানুষকে বাসা থেকে বাইক করে বাড়িঘর বাইকে নিয়ে যেতেছে। আপনাদেরকে একটা এক্সাম্পল দিই এখানে, আপনাদের কেমন লাগবে? আপনাদের বাংলাদেশ এখন মোদি যদি বাংলাদেশে যাইয়া সব হিন্দু মানুষ নিয়ে আপনাদের সব বাংলাদেশে তো সবাই, নিউ ইয়র্কে তো সবাই বলে আমাদের জায়গা জমিন আছে, বাংলাদেশে ফ্ল্যাট আছে, জায়গা আছে, সব আছে, তাই না? আমাদের জায়গা জমিন মোদি যদি আইসা হিন্দুকে যদি নিয়ে সব যদি মসজিদ ভাঙা ফেলায়, সব যদি আমাকে বাড়ি ঘর নিয়ে যদি হিন্দুকে দিয়ে দেয়, আমাদের এখান থেকে থাকে কেমন লাগবে? আর আমাকে যদি বলা বাঙালিরা কোনোদিন পারবেন না যাইতে বাংলাদেশে, আমাদের এখন কেমন লাগবে? এখন ভালো লাগবে না, তাই না? আমার এখন কেমন লাগবে? আমাদের নারী দাদির আত্মীয় সবাই যদি ওখানে মেরা ফেলা বম ফেলাইয়া ভালো লাগবে না? আমাদের কেমন ভালো লাগবে না ওখানে। এই জন্য আমাদের সবার একসাথে হইতে হবে। খালি কেনসিংটন না, খালি ব্রঞ্জ না, খালি নিউ ইয়র্ক সিটি না, খালি নিউ ইয়র্ক না, আমাদের সারা আমেরিকা থেকে, মেক্সিকো থেকে, ইংল্যান্ড থেকে, আফ্রিকা থেকে, ইন্ডিয়া থেকে, ফিলিপিন্স, বাংলাদেশ, আমাদের সব জায়গায় একসাথে হইতে হবে। আমাদের সবাই শিখতে হবে। চেঞ্জ কোনো আমরা করি না ভোট করতে যাই, ভোট আমরা ভোট করি, ভোট করবো যারা আমাদের জন্য কথা বলে, ভোট করবো যারা আমাদের সাথে এখানে এসে আজকে দাঁড়াবে। পলিটিশিয়ান আজকে কই আমাদের সাথে দাঁড়াইতেছে, কই তারা কই আজকে দাঁড়াইতেছে আমাদের সাথে? তারা কেউ এখানে নাই, তারা সব ভোট পায়, তারা স্বার্থপর, তারা সব স্বার্থপর। তাদেরকে বলেন তারা কই? তারা সেলিব্রেট করতেছে আর প্যালেস্টাইনের ভিতরে ফলাফল দেখে মারা যাইতেছে, ইনোসেন্ট ফলাফল মারা যাইতেছে। আর কত ফলাফল মারা যাবে? প্রত্যেক দিন আমরা ফোনের ভিতরে চাই দেখি ফলাফল কাঁদতেছে। আপনাদের কেমন লাগবে? আপনাদের শুরু বাচ্চা যদি কান্দে আজকাল, কেউ আজকাল ভালো লাগবে না, তাই না? আমাদের সবাই সজাগ হইতে হবে, সবাই হুঁশিয়ার হইতে হবে, সবাই সচেতন বাড়া। বিপ্লব ছাড়া আর কোনো কিছু নাই। এই আন্দোলন সবার একসাথে করতে হবে, আর বিপ্লব সবাই একসাথে করে এই পুরো সিস্টেম ভাঙা পালাতে হবে। এই সিস্টেম না ভাঙা আমরা পারবো না উপরে উঠতে। অনেক সময় জিনিস ভাঙা আবার ফিরে উপরে উঠতে হবে। ইনশাল্লাহ আমরা পারবো। ইনশাল্লাহ সবাই যদি একসাথে হই, আমরা সবাই ইনশাল্লাহ একসাথে হইয়া আমরা প্যালেস্টাইন স্বাধীন করবো, বাংলাদেশ স্বাধীন করবো, মেক্সিকো স্বাধীন করবো, ফিলিপিন্স স্বাধীন করবো, ইয়েমেন স্বাধীন করবো, সবাই স্বাধীন করবো। খালি একজন স্বাধীন হবে না, সবাই স্বাধীন হবে ইনশাল্লাহ।
There is only one solution. Intifada revolution. There is only one solution. Intifada revolution. And what do we want? What do we want it? And what do we want? When do we want it? If we don't get it, if we don't get it, if we don't get it, if we don't get it,
Free Palestine! From Palestine to Bangladesh! Come on, I say Intifada! From Palestine to Bangladesh! Come on, I say Intifada!
whose streets,
Our streets!
whose land,
Our land!
whose streets,
Our streets!
whose land,
Our land!
whose streets,
Our streets!
whose land,
Our land!
free Palestine,
Free Palestine!
free Palestine.
Free Palestine! Long live Intifada!
Palestine Arabiye. Benim vatanım hayat. Palestine Arabiye. Benim vatanım hayat. Palestine Arabiye. From the river to the sea. Palestine will be free. From the river to the sea.
Palestine will be free.
Palestine is under attack.
Palestine is under attack.
What do we do?
Get up right now.
What do we do?
Get up right now.
Palestine is under attack.
Palestine is under attack.
Palestine is under attack.
Palestine is under attack.
What do we do?
Get up right now.
What do we do?
Get up right now.
Fight back.
Fight back.
Fight back. Fight back. Fight back. Fight back. Fight back. Fight back. Fight back. Fight back. Fight back. Fight back. Fight back. Fight back. Fight back. Palestine. 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 Palestine.
نفديك يا أقصى بالراح بالدم 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 نفديك يا أقصى بالراح.
Free Palestine.
Free, free Palestine!
Free Palestine.
Free, free Palestine!
Free Palestine.
Free, free Palestine!
Free Palestine.
Free, free Palestine! Palestine, from the river to the sea. Palestine will be free. From the river to the sea. Palestine will be free. There is only one solution. Long live Intifada! 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 Mobilize the Intifada! Mobilize the Intifada!
to globalize the Intifada. This is what it looks like to take the call, to take the action of Palestinian uprising. Workers standing in solidarity with Palestine, that is what globalized the Intifada looks like. Standing here with our Bengali comrades, with the Bengali people, the revolutionary people, this is what globalized the Intifada looks like. Today, as always, from restaurants, grocery stores, the mosques, community organizations, you all rocked the Palestinian cause by mobilizing today. And as Palestinians, we know that the Bengali people are revolutionary people. You have always historically supported and fought for Palestinian liberation. Today's rally, we continued that fight. And today's rally, we showed New York City that Bengalis stand with Palestine! And like I said, and like Amin said at the beginning, this is far from over. This is just the beginning. Globalize the Intifada will continue to take place. MTA workers on the side of Palestine. That's what globalize the Intifada looks like. Getting the support of the masses in the streets. We are internationalists and we are anti-imperialists. So that necessarily means that we support the self-determination of oppressed people. We support people all over the world fighting US imperialism by any means necessary, with whatever they have, from whatever they are. And we see and know that this struggle is connected to Palestine. This is what globalized the Intifada is all about. Just like we marched in the Mexican community along with our Mexican comrades in Sunset Park, just as we march today along with our Bengali comrades, we're going to keep marching and keep taking the streets for all people, with all people fighting oppression. We will be making more updates very, very soon. Make sure you follow us on Instagram at WOL Palestine, where we'll be posting updates. Decolonize This Place will also be posting updates along with other organizations that we work with. So again, I want you all to give yourselves a round of applause for coming out for Palestine today. And let's bring the momentum back. Let's bring the momentum back. Let's show that people think that the rallies are done, that the energy is done. It's not done, because y'all are out here today. And next week you're gonna bring more people. And every week until the end of the summer, we will be having a rally. And every single week I wanna see those numbers grow. It starts off with you here. So before we leave, let's do a few more chants for Palestine. And remember what the struggle is all about. Free, free Palestine!
Free, free Palestine!
Free, free, free Palestine!
Free, free, free Palestine!
From the river to the sea!
From the river to the sea!
Palestine will be free!
Palestine will be free!
وباب الأقصى من حديد
باب الأقصى من حديد
ما بيفتح إلا الشهيد
ما بيفتح إلا الشهيد
باب الأقصى من حديد
باب الأقصى من حديد
ما بيفتح إلا الشهيد
ما بيفتح إلا الشهيد.
There's also one more announcement I wanted to make. I know it's about to rain, we're all about to get going, but I also wanted to remind people that today is the 7th-year anniversary of the murder of Eric Garner, who was killed by NYPD in Staten Island. And we are taking a moment of silence to commemorate Eric Garner, to commemorate all people who have been killed by police. As we know that the NYPD and the police in this country are waging war on black people. And as we take a moment of silence for Eric Garner, we will also take a moment of silence for all our people in Palestine who continue to be killed resisting Israeli apartheid, resisting Israeli genocide, killed simply for being Palestinian. The NYPD who killed Eric Garner have an office in Tel Aviv. They have an office in Tel Aviv that's paid for by the New York City Police Foundation. Just as our comrade from Drum was speaking earlier, the NYPD trains with Israeli forces.
Do you mind if I click the flag?
The NYPD trains with Israeli forces and they share tactics to oppress people, to oppress black people in the United States, black and brown people, including Palestinian people, as we've seen what has happened at protests with Palestinians being targeted. They share these tactics, learning from Israel and teaching Israel as well, and how they oppress Palestinians back home. This is why our struggles are united, and this is why we must globalize the Intifada.